Yo, party people, what is up? How about that episodes of SmackDown and Rampage that just went down tonight? A lot of cool stuff across both shows, including title matches, street fights, and a little un-Usi mistrust within the bloodline show touring the honorary Us by our tribal chief. Guys, don't worry, just because the good times are done rolling and the cameras are done for both shows, don't mean that the fun times have to stop, because the newest episode of The Gift of Gabe is about to start right. You guessed it, now. Alright guys, we're going to go a little bit different here on the show. This episode of The Gift of Gabe, we're going to cover Rampage first. Things got kicked off with Darby defending the TNT title again via his open challenge against, this time, Rock Hard Juice Robinson. Another solid match for Darby Allin and his TNT title run. I've been saying it before, it's going just as great as the first. I'm absolutely loving it. And this Wednesday, we found out near the end of Rampage, he's going to defend against Kushida. Dude, if you haven't seen Kushida's work, he can totally hang with the best one. I still remember his one match with Johnny Gargano back at, TakeOver Vengeance Day back in 2021, back when we were still mid-deep kind of in the pandemic. So I'm really looking forward to this one when he goes against Darby, because Darby don't ever miss when it comes to his TNT title matches. I cannot wait for it. It is going to be so good. So much other stuff that's coming on this episode of Dynamite, but we'll get to that later on in the show. But for now, great job for Darbs, because he absolutely killed it tonight with another successful TNT title defense with the classic coffin drop. Great job, Darby. Still TNT champion. After that, you guys, it was time for our People's Champs, Acclaimed. Not just every Wednesday, but even Friday too, even though it was taped on Wednesday. But either way, they came out for, their little Walk of Fame stuff to only be interrupted by the Ass Boys. Oh my God. Still on their high from, beating FTR, all this and that. It looks like they're going to be the next ones to try to dethrone our favorite freaking People's Champs, the Rap Master Caster and the Sultan of Scissor, Anthony Bowens, along with Daddy Ass. Guess what? It ain't going to happen, Ass Boys. You ain't freaking taking those titles off them, especially now before Top Flight gets their chance to challenge for those titles, which we all want to see somewhere down the line. So, Ass Boys, come take your ass beaten and then get out of here, go home, just like everyone else who tries to find out and say that everyone does not love the Acclaimed, because everyone loves the Acclaimed. Rampage ended up ending here tonight, guys, with an awesome street fight between the women with Ty and Anna J.A.S. going up against Willow, Nightingale, and Destination Unknown. Ruby, Soho. Match was pretty solid. They've only had one real tag team women's street fight before, which included Ty and Anna. That one, if you all remember, was really good. And this one probably wasn't as good, but it was definitely pretty good. I think this is definitely Ty and Jay's signature match at this point, because they really have good chemistry with whoever they're in there with. Ruby was bleeding buckets, though. I mean buckets. Looked like at the end she was getting that stuff in her eye. I swear, sometimes I really wouldn't be able to handle all that stuff, because I'd be like, dude, it's in my eye. I can't see. I'm just seeing red. I'm not even angry. But overall, I thought it was really good. I especially like paying attention to how Willow continues to get more over and over with the audience. She's going to have to probably get maybe another TBS title opportunity. You never know. Maybe she could dethrone Jade. That would be pretty interesting. Or maybe she'll do something with Ring of Honor. Maybe, fight Mercedes Martinez. Or not Mercedes Martinez. I forgot. Athena for the Ring of Honor Women's World title. You never know. Either way, she's going to have to be pushed at some point. She's kind of in that mid-level. She's definitely grown from just being on TV and really not doing much. She's going up and up and up. I think she can just keep rising from the momentum that she has. Great job, Will. Great job, everybody involved. A great, solid match to end the night on Rampage. It's always good when we see a good ass-kicking fight, whether it's from the men or the women. We fight on Friday nights. We just fight here in AEW, in case you missed it. All right, you guys. Now it's time to run down what happened on SmackDown. We got things kicked off with the IC title being on the line with the monster of all monsters, Braun Strowman, going head-to-head with the ring general, Gunther. And the match did not disappoint. We all knew how this was going to go. Gunther still is the Intercontinental Champion. Strowman, he put up one hell of a fight. And we all knew he wasn't going to walk out there with the Intercontinental title strap. Don't think Gunther's going to hold on to the belt that much longer, especially if he ends up having to put the title on the line inside of the Elimination Chamber, which is rumored. I don't know who would be in it. There's a couple part of the rumors that would be McIntyre, maybe Sheamus, Strowman, all that. I don't know if it's going to go down, but if it does happen, I think that is where he ends up losing the strap. But if he's not meant to lose it for a while longer, I agree with what I saw one person say. Maybe just have him beat Honky Tonk Man's 454-day championship run. It's not like he has not used to holding championship for a long period of time. Just look back at his NXT UK title run. So, and someone needs to finally break it. And Walter would be honestly a realistic person. But I don't even think that's going to happen. I think he drops that belt before Mania. I could 100% be wrong. You never know. But either way, Gunther has been killing as Intercontinental Champion. The Intercontinental title being put in the spotlight. Thanks to him and Triple H. Papa H has not let us down. So Gunther, great job. And Strowman, great job too. Good luck to both of y'all in the Royal Rumble match because I know you're both going to be in it. But you're obviously not going to win because, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, is going to end up winning that. Unless in case another electrifying man decides to, make an appearance. But who knows? Alright guys, so we got a little bit more progress in the Rey Mysterio and Karrion Kross feud. They actually finally came to blows. Before it was kind of just talking back and forth with each other. Well, they came to blows here tonight with Kross getting the upper hand. Yeah, I'm kind of fine with this, but it's all just filler because we all know what Rey's going to have his occupied time with once it comes after the Royal Rumble on the road to WrestleMania. He even talked about him a little bit, him and his son Dominik. Dude, we already know that's going to be the main feud for both guys on the road to WrestleMania 39. Father and son, I cannot wait for that. It's going to be so good. And you already know Dom is about to beat his father's ass. But before then, Rey's going to get a couple good shots here and there because he's not laid his hands on him yet. So I cannot wait for that. So again, this Karrion Kross little thing, they're having a match in 2 weeks. I think that'll pretty much be the end of it. And then, once the Rumble comes, I think one of two things happens. Either Dom just straight up throws Rey out of the Rumble, or Rey throws Dominik out of the Rumble, but Dom gets pissed, comes back in after he's already been eliminated, and then tosses Rey over, and then the whole Judgment Day just beat the crap out of Rey on the floor, even further cementing that this is getting even more deeply personal, and they just begin their road to locking horns for WrestleMania 39. Goes Hollywood. That feud is going to be so great. I'm already just loving it when they just invade each other's houses like Dom's done twice. So, Rey, keep enjoying your little filler feud with Karrion Kross, because once the time comes, you're going to have to deal with your son, who, is, prison rough, man. He's coming for your ass because he did hard time, man. Got a new theme and everything. Gonna wreck you, bro. So, guys, we found out earlier this week that the Judgment Day are going to be fighting for the Raw tag titles against the Usos. But it looks like they're setting up a tag title tournament on SmackDown, which, it includes the Banger Bros, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus, which I get what some people were saying, it's like the bar, once again, with those two. But I didn't even realize that, but I was like, oh yeah, I guess they kind of are like a bar 2.0, with the history that they have. But either way, they're going to be doing a tournament to set up number one contenders for the Usos SmackDown tag team titles. I know that we keep thinking that we know where this bloodline story is going to go. It's going to be Zayn and Owens versus the Usos for the tag titles. But could we possibly see the Usos lose both sets of their championships before WrestleMania? Who knows? I could realistic Judgment Day is super over in a place where they should win the tag titles. So that I get. Plus, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus would make pretty entertaining tag team champions. So, and plus, like I said, everything that's been going on with the bloodline has been you think one thing's going to happen, Triple H throws a curveball at you, then you just go, oh, didn't see that coming. But I want to see more. Get on more of that with the main event later in the show. But it begs the question, are the Usos going to lose both their belts? Will Zayn and Owens even have to fight the Usos for the titles? We're going to have to wait and see because we don't even know when these title matches are even going to happen. Could the Usos have to pull WWE at the Rumble? So many questions. We need answers. I want answers. We're going to get them soon, though. So, got to kick back, relax, and, let Adam Pearce make it all official. So, guys, a couple weeks before he goes head-to-head with LA Knight in the first ever Mountain Dew Pitch Black match, Bray Wyatt brought back a very popular, very familiar persona. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. That's right, the Eater of Worlds Bray Wyatt persona, even with the whole rocking chair too. So it begs the question, what exactly is going? What Bray Wyatt's going to show up at the Rumble? We have no idea. He says it's going to be like a baptism in a sense where he's truly going to be reborn. It makes you feel like we're not even going to see the current Bray Wyatt that we're seeing right now. how is this whole thing going to go? This whole Bray Wyatt, Wyatt 6, Uncle Howdy, and then you throw Alexa Bliss freaking in the mix. I'm just wondering, how is this story even going to end up playing out? I feel like we'll have a lot more answers coming after Royal Rumble, but until then, we're just going to have to wait and see what this pitch black match exactly is going to be. I'm sure it's going to be something to remember. I'm curious to see how Triple H, pulls one of these off, because usually when Vince promises something like this, we're going to be like, oh god, this would be like a terrible cinematic disaster or something ridiculous like that. But I'm really curious to see what Triple H does with it. Yeah, I feel like he's got it. I feel like we could be pleasantly surprised. Let's get down to Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, the next chapter in their amazing rivalry. I said for the whole week lead up to this match, the same thing that we all thought. We thought Sami was going to friggin' lose this match. Everyone was going to be pissed at him for the next week. He was going to kick the crap out of him. And, just over the fact that Sami was doomed. But he actually gets to survive another day. It's crazy. Wouldn't even have seen it coming. Zayn literally had him set up for the Louis kick to get the dub. And the Usos and Solo, who Paul Heyman said weren't even there at the beginning of the night because Roman wants Sami to handle this by himself. Even saying out a Twitter post being like, dude, our honorary Uso is going to handle it. So put the ones up. He's going to represent us, make us proud. They showed up and they laid down a whole beatdown on Kevin Owens. You saw the look on Sami's face. He looked like dejected and really confused and conflicted. Especially when Owens ended up getting splashed by almost Umaga 2.0. Because give it up for Solo. He's just as good as Umaga was back in the day. But anyway, back to the main story. Zayn literally did look really conflicted. Guys, the story's going great. We all thought we were going to see this. It was like we were all seeing only one road ahead of us. And Triple H is like, nope, here's this road. And that's going to make you even more interested. It has another layer to this. Because now Sami's going to have to come back next week when Roman's there for that contract signing with Kevin Owens for their match at the Rumble. And he's like, dude, why did you tell Paul to tell me that no one was going to get involved in this match? And then you did. Do you not trust me? It's going to be really good. Honestly, this is why it's going to feed into some people thinking, oh, Sami's going to be the one that turns on the bloodline. No, I think this is going to be how the bloodline turns on him, because Sami's going to be like, dude, wait a minute. What are you doing? Do you actually physically not trust me? We're going to see some of this play out more on Raw first, because Owens is definitely going to want to come out for revenge after this. And plus, Usos got to build up their Judgment Day title, Raw tag team title feud. So we're definitely going to see the bloodline and Kevin Owens interact on Monday. But next week, guys, SmackDown's going to be really good. I can't wait to see the Zayn and Roman reactions after Zayn's expressions here tonight. He still threw up the ones, though. I'm just glad Sami gets to live for another day. I was really stressed out about this, guys, if you didn't tell. All right, guys. That is Rampage and SmackDown for the week. Another great wrestling week in the books for 2023. Next week is going to be pretty good. We got Raw, Dynamite, SmackDown, Rampage again, and we're just 2 weeks away from Royal freaking Rumble, and the Road to Revolution continues again. Next week's Dynamite, it's gonna be great. You're not gonna miss it. Multiple title matches, All Atlantic title, TNT title, and the Young Bucks, fresh out their trios ladder match title victory, and Escalera de la Muerte in the finale of the Best of 7 are gonna go head to head with Top Flight. There's another huge match to build up Top Flight as future contenders for the Acclaimed tag team titles. And then you got Absolute Ricky Starks going head to head with the guy who likes his hat, Jake Hager. And then obviously next week's Raw and SmackDown, you're not going to want to miss those just for the more advancement of the Bloodline story, especially next Friday with Zayn and Reigns' interaction. So you're not going to want to miss those shows. You're not going to want to miss what your boy has to say after those shows. So I hope you guys enjoyed wrestling this week. I know you're going to enjoy it next week. So until then, I will see you guys after Raw on Monday. And hey, before I go, you already know how it goes. When it comes to talking wrestling, who better to gab with than Gabe? Okay, you guys, see you after Raw on Monday. I'm out.